Well, the former England captain Gary Lineker is an ambassador of the It's a Penalty campaign, which was launched today to raise awareness of child prostitution in Brazil.
I'm supporting this campaign twofold, really. I think one, to obviously try and help children that are being sexually exploited in Brazil, that will no doubt go on during the World Cup because it goes on most times there. But also, of course, to perhaps make the English fans aware, going out there, of the possibilities of getting into big trouble.
Well, Christian Elliott is the operations director for A21, which works to stop exploitation and human trafficking. It was also involved in the launch of the It's a Penalty campaign. Hello to you, Christian. We'll talk about the campaign itself in just a moment. But the problem of child prostitution, child sexual exploitation, how big is that in Brazil?
You know, there's no data that actually points to exactly how big it is. As experienced NGOs on the ground, we countless hundreds, if not thousands of children every day that are exposed to the most abhorrent crimes you can imagine. And so every day, today, you can walk into a favela and it would be completely normal to find children as young as 10 years old that are scattered around the streets. We've seen all kinds of reports that points to hundreds of thousands, if not into the millions. But of course, there is no data that's actually supported that we have. But through our experience, we just know it's an incredibly vast problem.
So this is going on anyway, but the concern is that the World Cup, with all of these foreign fans arriving, might make the problem worse. Is that right?
Well, you know, it's a complicated thing. I mean, I'm slightly biased, but I think the World Cup's one of the greatest sporting events in history.
And I suppose, in a way, the event happening there makes us shine a spotlight on what is going on.
Indeed, but what it does, it brings a vacuum of people from all over the world who are there. The majority of people there are going to have a great time. But you see, trafficking syndicates and mafia groups also know that there's a lot of money to be made, and money to be made out of children and the vulnerable. And so they know where a lot of the supporters are going to be, so they will set up situations where, yes, there are women who are prostituted in this area, but there are many of the girls that are dressed up to look older, as young as 10 years old, which is incredibly dark. So
tell us about the It's a Penalty campaign and what that's aiming to achieve.
Well, we come to the table as a partnership with Shearer, who came on this morning from Happy Child International, and Danny Smith from the Jubilee Campaign, who's one of the most recognised abolitionists in this country, and the A21 Campaign. It exists to send a message. It's a Penalty is a message to the football fans that there is something they can do about it. If they see something, they can say something. But also on the minority of men that may be there to see it as an opportunistic time, they also need to know that there will be a lot of people watching. There will be a lot of people there waiting to make arrests. And if you do solicit a child, whether you know they're a child or not...
Yeah, that's the point Jason was making, wasn't it? That they're all saying they're 18, they're dressed up to look older than they are.
But as I said earlier, some of these girls are 10, and okay, they may pass for 16 or 17, but men need to know that they will be arrested on site, but because of Section 72, the National Crime Agency and CEOP are supporting us. If you're arrested in country, when you arrive here in the UK, you will also be arrested under that section. So it's a message to the majority to say, get behind this and help us. If you see something, say something. Dial 100 in country. And to those that wish to take an opportunity on a child or in any way, shape or form, it's a message that there will be action taken.
OK, Christian Elliott, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
And you can watch Jason's report in full now on the iPad, or you can see the documentary Brazil's Children Traded Innocence on Sky News. That's at 8:30 tonight.